Confession one. So I had one of the weirdest one night stands of my life, and I still don't know if I should laugh, be concerned, or both.
Well, I met this guy at a friend's party, tall, broad shoulders, kind of quiet, but with that confident smirk that makes you curious. We got to talking, drinks were flowing, and one thing led to another. He suggested we head back to his place, and I was feeling bold, so I went for it. Everything seemed totally normal until we started undressing. Except he didn't. Well, he took off his jeans and shirt, sure, but the man kept on his socks. Black, calf-high, gem socks. I raised an eyebrow thinking maybe he just didn't notice, but nope, he looked me dead in the eyes and said, "The socks stay on." I laughed, thinking it was a joke. It wasn't. Then came the kicker. He opened his nightstand, pulled out a pair of bright orange ski goggles, put them on, and said, "These two." I swear I thought he was pranking me. I waited for the punchline. But nope, he climbed onto the bed like this was completely standard procedure. Socks, ski goggles, naked otherwise. And here's the wild part. He was confident as hell about it, like Olympic level stamina, enthusiastic, very into making sure I was taken care of. But I couldn't stop sneaking glances at his fogged up goggles and those damn socks, gripping his calves like compression sleeves. At one point, I actually lost it and burst out laughing mid-moment, and he just said, "Don't knock it till you try it." I didn't try the goggles, but honestly, 10 out of 10 for effort, 8 out of 10 for execution, and a lifetime of mental images I can't erase. Confession, I still have no idea why. Was it a fetish? A superstition? A ski trip gone horribly right? But sometimes when I'm bored, I catch myself smiling about it. And maybe that's the best souvenir you can get from a one-night stand. Confession 2. So here's one I'll never admit to anyone in real life, but you, strangers on the internet. A few months ago, I brought a guy home after a very flirty night out. He was cute, tall, smelled like expensive cologne, and had that cocky but smooth vibe that usually spells trouble, the good kind. Things escalated quickly once we hit my bedroom. Clothes flying, kisses everywhere, the whole 9 yards. Everything was going perfectly until we got about halfway through the main event. I was face down, he was doing all the right things, and then suddenly, my cat Lucifer, yes, that's his real name, decided it was the perfect time to leap from the dresser onto my bare back, claws extended, like he was trying to hang on for dear life during a roller coaster ride. I yelped, "You thought he'd hurt me," and in the chaos, the cat just refused to let go. Every thrust made him dig his claws in deeper, like he was holding on for dear life. I was literally sandwiched between a very enthusiastic man and a very determined cat. Here's the worst part. We didn't stop. I tried to swat the cat off, but he was locked in like a furry little backpack of pain. The guy, bless him, just kept going with this look of half concern, half determination. And me? I was in this bizarre mix of pleasure, pain, and hysterical laughter. Eventually, the cat decided he'd had enough and hopped off like nothing happened, tail flicking like he just judged my entire life. I was left with scratch marks down my back and a story I can never tell my mom. She adores that damn cat. Confession, as ridiculous as it was, I still finished. And now every time Lucifer stares at me from the dresser, I swear he knows.
Confession 3. All right, here goes nothing. This is one of those stories that makes me question every single life choice I've ever made. So I was seeing this woman last summer, and things were intense. She was adventurous, confident, and very much into pushing boundaries. One night, after a few glasses of wine, she suggested we try food play. You know, whipped cream, strawberries, all that sexy movie stuff. I was game. We set the mood. Candles, music, the works. She sprayed whipped cream down her chest. I added some along her thighs. And let's just say, I went to work like a man on a mission. It was sticky, messy, hilarious, and insanely hot. At one point, she dragged the kin across me too, leaving a trail down my abs, and I thought, damn, why haven't I done this before? Here's the problem. It was August. No AC. just a fan in the corner barely pushing the air. Within minutes, both of us were sweating, the cream was melting into this warm, sugary mess, and we didn't care, we kept going. Fast forward, maybe 20 minutes. I'm mid-thrust, she's moaning into my ear, when suddenly I feel this tickle near my ankle. I brush it off, thinking it's just the sheet. Then another, and another. I glance down. Ants, tiny black ants swarming up the bed like they'd just received the greatest buffet invitation of their lives. Apparently, all that sweet, melting cream had dripped onto the sheets and floor, and the little bastards came marching in from God knows where. Within seconds, it was chaos. I'm trying to shake them off my legs while still inside her, and she's squealing half from the sex and half from realizing we're not alone. We ended up finishing. Yes, I know, I'm not proud, but I was committed. Then immediately sprinted to the shower and spent the next hour stripping the bed and vacuuming like lunatics. Food play sounded sexy as hell, but now anytime someone suggests whipped cream in the bedroom, I just see a tiny ant army storming in like it's D-Day. Never again.